at them, they're wine stars. Look at them.
Oh my
God, look at him. Look at him, he's like, gimme.
I don't want all the way back. Hi guys, Freaky Fish Guy here with another video for you today. Today we've got my shark profile. So I've been playing this at locals for the past sort of 4 weeks. I've been having feature matches for those who want to have them. There's tons of those on my channel. There's actually 16 in total. Some of them haven't been uploaded. And of those 16 feature matches I've recorded, I lost 4. So that's a 12-4 record on camera. There's a few games I played off camera which I did lose, and those that I did win. So the record pretty much still stands the right sort of ratio. And last night I got 3rd at a 19-man regionals. Locals. There's still no regionals here in the UK, so unfortunately I'm not claiming to have done anything great, but I do want to share my shark profile because I absolutely love this deck, and I'm seeing quite consistent success with it, which I do love. 3 or 4, I can't remember, 3 or 4 local tops in the past 4 weeks, so I'm quite happy with this deck. In today's video I will be showing my current build, so this is literally the build I played last night, and how I will change it from today, because now our DAMA set is now out. We can actually upgrade this deck and take out a few of the less effective cards. I will also be showcasing, like normal, a combo at the end to showcase people who would like to maybe play the deck, how to play our certain hand. If you want a more in-depth combo vid, there is an older video on my channel, but there are tons of feature matches which will probably be the best place to watch them, because it is realistic, involving hand traps, negations, decision trees, some pricky hands. Those feature matches are there for people to watch and learn how to play the deck, and I'm more than happy to explain things in the comments. Otherwise guys, I'm going to go straight into the deck profile. Any questions, as always, please leave a comment below. If you like the content, proper subscribe. I'm nearly at 700 subscribers. It's really nice to see that. Thank you guys that have subscribed. You mean a lot. Right guys, so starting off in the main deck, the first monster we're going to play is 3 Batooniful Princess. This is basically Lone Fire Blossom for fish. On summon, banish it, special summon level 4 or lower fish type from your deck. Pretty much standard. It dodges Imperm, dodges Veiler because it banishes on summon, so they literally only have the Ash. It is a massive choke point, so if they do Ash this, it can pretty much stunt your whole turn and stop you dead, which has happened on some of the feature matches. It's one of the problems with these decks, where if you don't have the following extenders, one hand trap will ruin your turn. When it does go off, you pretty much auto win. Depending on your hand, you want to summon a Lantern Shark, which is basically like Goblinberg for the deck. On summon, you can special summon another fish from your hand, level 4, and you can summon in defense mode. The reason you want to summon this is because if your hand contains the next one, which is Buzzsaw Shark, that is a free rank 4 and also an extender. So Buzzsaw Shark is an ignition effect, so it's not on summon. Target one water monster you control, special summon from your deck in defense position, a fish with the same level as a monster but with a different name. So you go like Princess into Lantern, Lantern F summon Buzzsaw from hand, Buzzsaw from hand, hand summon from deck another fish. If you have any other extender, that's double Bahamut, double Toad, and Utopic double play, which is very nice. They can only be used for XYZ summons that turn user effect, so this deck unfortunately has no link plays. However, XYZ gets the job done very well. Now on to our Fishy Extenders. We are playing 3 XYZ Remora. This is just a fish, so you can summon it off Buzzsaw or Lantern as well, but if you do have it in hand and you have an XYZ monster, you can detach 2 materials from that monster to special summon it, and when it's special summoned, you can special summon 2 fish from your grave. That means you basically get 3 materials. Again, any extender, that is a 3 Bahamut Shark board, as well as triple Toad, obviously. The monsters summon back can only be used for water, so you can't use them, unfortunately, for the Utopia double, but most of the stuff we're summoning is water, and it's just another fish. The next best extender, and probably my favourite extender of the free summons, is Silent Angler. A few people are playing things like White Stingray or Aqua Spirit. I don't like these cards because they require some sort of cost, either a discard or a banish from grave. Silent Angler just needs you to summon control a water monster, and you can't summon from your hand the rest of the turn. Not a problem, as long as you do your XYZ Remora play first. Again, that makes 3 bodies. You summon this last for your 4th body. That's again another 2 Bahamut and another 2 Toad. Sometimes, if depending on what the game state I have is, I will summon off the buzzsaw a Silent Angler, so that when Toad goes to grave, I can add back my Silent Angler, so I have a guaranteed extender. All I need is a normal summon or another water monster, and I can special summon it. It's a very nice card. And then the other extender I am playing 3 Shafana. This is literally coming out today. I played this yesterday. I've been playing it for the past couple of weeks, and it's okay. It does the job. It gets a level 4 water on board. Unfortunately, it's not a fish, so it can't be reborn with Ecstasy Remora. It does sometimes clog up, so if you have 2, it's a bit of a pain. However, you can also use this after the engine we're going to talk through next. But coming out for literally today, these cards are now going to become 3 Ready Fusion. Yes, I already have 3. The set came out today. This card is a very, very insane card. It's basically another 3 copies of Instant Fusion. And what I like about the Ready Fusion compared to Shafana is you can use this at any time. Shafana you have to use first, so you have to summon the Shafana, then like normal your princess, things like that. If your princess gets stopped, you just have a Shafana on board, which will probably die, and it's just a wasted resource. Whereas the Ready Fusion you can hold until you know that your next rank 4 is going to happen, so you can go Ready Fusion like into your combo once you've got the Toad Bahamut set up. You can go Ready Fusion. Now I can summon my Silent Angler. That's another fusion. I know I'm protected from certain stuff because I already have the Toad on board. If you don't have Ready Fusion, because it is an expensive card, you can still play the Shafana. It literally does the exact same job. It's just that this is slightly more capable of dealing with certain hands, and you don't have to shotgun it unlike the Shafana. And it wouldn't be a fish deck without playing the OG 7-colored fish. This is my favourite level 4 normal fish. There are 2 other options. Great White, shout out to Robbie, who plays that. And Wow Warrior, shout out to Brandon, who plays that one as well. 7-colored fish is my favourite because it's got the most attack and it's got the caller start. But yeah, any level 4 fish, normal monster will do for this because it's basically just to summon off unexpected die. It can sometimes brick you, which is a bit of a pain, but it does also work with the Tenyi engine. You can like unexpected die that out, special to Tenyi, make a free rank 4 without, you know, committing to your normal. Onto hand traps, we are playing 3 Ash and 3 Droll. Sometimes these can just not work on the matchup. A lot of people are like, why are you playing Droll against Shark Mirror? Because I main it. What do you want me to do, not drop it? This is here because we've got things like obviously Drytron in the format, which do search a lot, and there was one feature match where I unfortunately bricked on Droll and I drolled him 3 times in game 1. Sometimes that can happen, neither player can play, and unfortunately he just got to play before I did. 3 Ash is just generic, good hand trap. Sometimes, depending on the format, I swap out the Drolls for 3 Bells. That's also a thing you can do if you don't have Drolls. These could be any spot you want. If you want to main Nibs, you can main Nibs. Just bear in mind that things like Eldritch are still around. People are still playing Geist as well. If you're playing like Salad and Hero, main Nibs, that's fine. But these 3 can pretty much be anything you want. Next option, 3 Desires. It's Bottle Greed. We don't really care about what our main deck has. There's actually one gun here we never want to banish, and that's it. We can banish anything to our heart's content. This is now a common. It's pretty cheap. If you don't have this, you can play like Upstart and 2 more of Greed, or that's not really a +1. You kind of want the +1 just because you want to have hand traps backed up by a board. The amount of times I've had like full combo get Dark Rooted No More, and I've only survived because I've had like Strike, Imperm and hand traps in my hand, which is the important part. But yeah, pick this up. It's a very important card and you can play it in the deck with no problem. 3 Unexpected Die to obviously summon the 7-colored fish. 1 an Instant Fusion because we are, you know, we're now going to have 4 of these. 1 Call by the Grave, 1 Double Nothing. This is the one card you care about banishing off Desires because obviously it is a very nice win con, but that's it for the spells. Onto traps, we're playing 3 Imperm. This rounds up my hand trap package. I like it because you can just turn off Tri Brigade. You know, they go like Fractal, blah 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 blah, normal kit. No. Sometimes it does come in clutch as well, like I said earlier about the Dark Ruler No More. I've had my best board ever was like triple Toad, the Draco Utopic, and then double Imperm Droll. It did Dark Ruler No More me. However, I had the double Imperm and a Droll, which completely shut off his plays. So these can come in clutch. And the other option is Strike. A lot of people are choosing either hand traps or trap cards in Shark, and that's fine. We have so many flex spots, you can pretty much tailor it how you want. I prefer playing both. Solemn Strike is just nice because not a lot of people expect it, and it is just a free negate. 1500 life points, just free negate, and it destroys, which is great, and it can't be negated. unless they reboot it or judgment it, which is very unlikely if they're playing a combo deck. And reboot, unfortunately, is a card, but it's at 1, thankfully. Should be banned, but oh well. That rounds out the main deck. For now, guys, as always, I'm going to be giving a shout out to a YouTube or Twitch channel that I personally watch. Once again, I've not been paid, not asked to do this. I do not want to give that incentive. I'm not here to basically be someone's sponsor, but I will give recognition for the people that make good content and honestly deserve more followers or subscribers. This week's shout out goes out to Ronan Toden. He's a Twitch streamer. He is doing actually a really cool job. I drop in every now and again. Unfortunately, he streams from the US, so it's normally like 2 AM for me, which sometimes I do put on as I edit. He's a cool guy. He's paleo player as well, and he loves playing different decks. I'm seeing a lot of Eldritch and Ancient Warriors at the moment, which is also really cool. Last night's stream, we managed to get him to play Shark Eldritch, which was a deck that I played a while ago, and it was just cool to see him try and build that. Anyway, guys, go show him some love. All these small streamers, they got to start somewhere, and just say hi to him from me if you want. On to the extra deck now. So this is about all the power holes. Obviously, our rank 4 deck, we don't care really what we banish on our main deck from size. We just want to play rank 4s. And the best one by far is probably Bahamut Shark. I know I have 1 gold. It really annoys me. I've been trying to find a 3rd secret for ages, but it's just not happening. So yeah, this is the mainstay of a shark deck. You can detach material, summon a rank for your lower water explosive monster from your deck, which is always going to be Psychic Kappa. So it's going to be 3 totally awesome. This is an Omni negate by sending itself to the grave, and when it's sent to grave, you can add back a water. I would also like to remind you that whatever it negates, it can steal if it destroys it. So I just yoink 2 monsters and add 2 cards back. Toad is a +1 when it negates. Other really good explosives, we are playing the Utopic Future and Utopic Draco Future. I keep saying this in all my future matches. This is a collector's rare. It is probably the worst collector's rare ever. It kind of sucks, but at least I have one. So what this is basically a kind of towers, can't be destroyed by battle card effects, which is insane. It's a 3k body, and it's a monster negate by detaching, and it doesn't destroy, it steals permanently. So this Outs Dragoon, you can literally just summon it, crash into a 3k body, crash. You can negate stuff, it's insane. This is outed, make Knight have Ram like 6 times for me, which is a good thing because that card used to be a problem for this deck. It also technically outs Dragoon, because you can like crash into the Dragoon as long as they haven't negated, and if they try and negate anything, you can negate it and steal the Dragoon permanently. The other utopic stuff we're playing was we are playing the Utopia double package. This just counts you win games you shouldn't really win. I think the quickest game I ever had was like 2-3 minutes. It was a round 1 against an Invoke player. That feature match will be up soon. Basically, he ended on like the Link 1 Optimus and nothing else because I basically stopped his plays. Made a rank 4, made a 5k rank 4, punched, made a 10k rank 4, game. Yeah, it still catches a lot of people out of bounds, and some people are still ending on 2k or less monsters. Mandatory cards. Unfortunately, if you want to play this deck competitively, you do need to play Zeus. However, I appreciate this card is still really expensive, as is this card. We're going to talk through some alternatives in a second, but yeah, Zeus is just insanely good. You can rank it up on top of the Utopia after that play. You can rank it on top of Bahamuts after attacking, and it just basically helps you wipe your board. I won't lie, if you watch some of my feature matches, I often forget you can make a Zeus on a Zeus. So sometimes I just have a 1 rank Zeus. I forget I can rank up a Zeus on a Zeus after I've attacked. That is something, that is a player error. I will try and fix that. Sorry guys for letting the Shark team down, but otherwise it's just a really good card. Other XYZs we're playing 1 Vespinato. This is good for the XYZ Remora play. You can make a Bahamut, detach 1, summon a Toad, overlay the Bahamut into this, detach the Bahamut and whatever material is left into XYZ Remora, summon back 2 fish. It's very nice. It does come in clutch as well. It does do piercing, and it does also Monster Reborn, which has happened. You can float a lot because obviously all your Toads float. This floats, so you can like Toad, add back a fish. When this dies, summon a Lantern, summon a fish from hand. And then you just have lots of jump fodder. We are playing 1 Ulti Dweller. This card is very good against the Tribergen matchup and the Drytron, and it does still also work against the Eldritch matchup. Unfortunately, with the new stuff, I'm actually going to put it to side. I'm actually going to relegate it for a 2nd rare fish. That's the last spot in our deck. The reason being is with free Radio Fusion plus Instant Fusion, it does actually come up where you open 2, and I want to be able to resolve both. So the Dweller will be going into a side deck, replaced by a rare fish. In certain matchups, obviously, this will just come straight in out for the rare fish, like, again, the Tri-Brigade matchup. Another thing to forget, not to forget, sorry, is that it will gain 500 attack, as will all water monsters you control, because it has a water material. That means Toad goes to 2/7. Never really comes up, but it's just nice to help the OTKs happen. When the new Kraken stuff comes out, I will probably be playing that as well in here. I'm going to test it. Unfortunately, it seems to be quite a large extra deck engine, which fish don't really have. You have to play 3 Bahamut, 3 Toad. It might be a case that we like take out some Bahamuts and some Toads. We might play like 2 Bahamut, 2 Toad. Clear out some of the stuff like the rare fish. Might have to get rid of the Utopia double play and maybe clear up some space in the main deck for like another hand trap or another one-off staple like Imperial Order, if I want to be that guy. Maybe an upstart. But Kraken basically looks like a Trident and it floats a lot, which is, again, one of the good things about water. What I'm going to do now, guys, is I'm literally, as you see, just shuffling my deck. I'm going to do a small test hand, as I do with every deck that I profile, and just show you some of the combos that it can do. If it's a good hand, hopefully we'll end on a good board. If it's a bad hand, then we'll see how this deck works. You will see in some of my feature matches, unfortunately, it can brick on the hand traps and the staples sometimes. You just don't draw enough ways to make multiple Bahamuts. You're normally going to end on at least 1 Bahamut Toad. The good hands, I say good, the mediocre hands end on 1 to 2 Bahamut. The really good hands end on like triple Toad Bahamut. 2 Bahamuts being made into Utopia Draco, which is a 4 negate board at least, sometimes with some hand traps backed up. Right, so that's a lot of shuffling. We're going to go for a cut and just another shuffle. The reason I edited there was because I literally did a pile shuffle, because I just remembered this was in deck profile state. So yeah, that's a cut and a shuffle. Called by the Grave, Lantern Shark, Buzzsaw Shark, Shathana, and Batunaful Princess. This hand's okay. It's going to make at least double Toad. Utopia Draco, depending on my opponent's responses. We do have the Call by the Grave, which is nice. So for now, we'll say they don't have any, but if they do have the Ash, we can just about no. So we start off by Surface Summon the Shafana. Again, that will now be a ready fusion, so you don't have to shotgun it. We'll normal a Lantern summon Buzzsaw. This is the problem with the Shafana, is it opens you up to Nib, because it should be, this is still the ready fusion, this is 2 summons, that'll be 3, Pam would be 4, Toad would be 5, so that protects against Nib. With the Shafana, we're already on 3 summons, so technically if they have the Nib, we do auto lose. So just remember, that's another reason to play the Retort fusion, ready fusion over Shafana. We'll go Buzzsaw, target self, summon an Angler, because we haven't got that in our midst. We will overlay these for a Bahamut. And that will summon the Toad. I'll just do it nice and quick for you guys. And we'll do the same for these. That's another Bahamut and another Toad. And then you just overlay the 2 Bahamuts. Oop, words. Just overlay 2 Bahamuts for the topic F0. And then the Draco. You can put the Draco in defense because it can't be trouble battle anyway, and it stops you against being beat over for just damage. Obviously, Storm doesn't really matter. If these go in defense, they're pretty much dead anyway because they're zero defense. So that's 3 negates, and it is also a +2 when these go to grave, assuming you steal stuff, because you get to add back the Buzzsaw and the Angler, which will line you up for next turn. And obviously, this is basically towers. That was a mediocre hand. I'm now going to show you the hand that would get you like the 4 negates. Okay guys, so we're now going to show you the combo that makes the full board, just 3 cards. I'm not going to show you like a full test hand because there will be other cards in the mix. So imagine you've had Desires or at least like 2 other hand traps. This would be best. This can be anything that is an extender. This can be a Shathana, it could be a Retort Fusion, it could be a Unexpected Die, Instant Fusion, anything that gets you level 4 water on the field. So for now it's a Silent Angler just because it was there. You do need a way of getting 2 bodies on board from your normal, so that might be Lantern plus obviously another card, but that's another card out of your hand. It could be the Buzz, which is the best one, and you do need the Remora to get your 3rd Toad. So we're going to start off by normal summoning the Buzz, use the Buzz effect. We'll summon whatever you want. It could be a Lantern Shark to get a mix. Normally I'd go for another Angler if I don't really have access to it, but I'll go for Lantern for now. I won't really shuffle, then we'll overlay these into our first Bahamut and get our first Toad. So here the combo is secured against things like Nib. It's great, it's very nice. What we do then is we move the Bahamut to the extra monster zone. That's very important to overlay for a Vespinato. It needs to be in the extra monster zone for the space. We'll then detach 2 materials from the Vespinato to summon our extra 0 Remora. Remora will then trigger on board to summon 2 sharks from grave. This is really important that you don't lose to DD Crow here, because if you DD Crow one of the targets, they won't both get summoned. I did that against a shark player in a mirror. It's very important to remember that. Now we've got 3 more bodies on board. Remember, these can have been used for water, but it doesn't really matter. We'll make our second Bahamut and summon our second Toad. From here, we just need to summon the Extender. Obviously, if this was like an unexpected die or a Shafana, you would have summoned this first. If it's an instant retort or Sun Angler, it doesn't really matter. You can summon it here at any point. You can overlay these again for our third Bahamut Shark, which is obviously our gold rare. Yay! Detach anything you want, because it doesn't really matter, because they all go into grave to summon our third Toad. And then you can overlay these into our Utopic Future and our Draco. So this is the full combo board. You end on 4 negates, 3 Omni, 1 monster negate, along with like a mini towers. Technically the Vespinato, when it goes to grave, also is a float. You've got to remember with this board that all of these 3 toads, when they go back to grave, will add you back 3 water monsters, which is dumb. That can either be the toads themselves for the grind, or you can add back basically a whole hand of stuff as well. And they will all steal something. The Draco Future again can steal, and when this dies, you can summon a monster back. You are very, very floaty. The other important thing to remember is this was only 3 card combos. You would still have 2 cards in your hand. This could be hand traps, this could be strike imperm, this could be desires, it could be draw or ash. There's loads of things this deck can still do. Do I think this deck is competitively viable? Yeah, why not? It's not terrible. I've taken a lot of people by storm. I'm actually making a little bit of a name for myself at the few locals I'm going to, just because people are going fish all the time, which is great. Anyway guys, that was the profile and combo. Any questions, please leave below. Thank you once again. I went 3rd place at locals last night out of 19 players, and all the feature matches from my from the ones that want to be recorded will be on the channel. Anyway, thank you very much guys. Goodbye.